Mitä?
Se ei taida näkyä meille muille.
Mikä?
Se nauhoitus. Niin se nauhoitus ei näy muille.
Joo, tallennus on aloitettu. Kerro kokouksen osallistujille, että kokousta tallennetaan. Tietosuojakäytäntö. Nyt tiedätte. It's almost time to start, so let's begin. Welcome to follow the Kauhajoen lukio presentation. My name is Virpi Nyman, and I'm the principal of this school. And with me here are three of my colleagues. Tuomas.
Hello, I am Tuomas Ylikokko. I teach chemistry and mathematics here.
Simo.
Hello, my name is Simo Talonen and I teach biology, geography and health studies.
And Krista.
Hello, my name is Krista and I am working as a student counselor.
And we're going to tell you something about Kauhajoen lukio. So I'm going to show you something. So here we go. This is the picture of Kauhajoen lukio. And although it seems like there's a lake in front, there's not. That's the skating rink. It's ice. But it's a good picture of Finland in the winter. Pystyykö joku hyväksymään niitä? Mä en näe.
Joo.
Ottakaa
Hyväksyttiin.
mukaan.
Mä-
This is Finland, and Kauhajoki is over here in western Finland. Kauhajoki is a part of southern Ostrobotnia, and the main city here is Seinäjoki. So if you come to Kauhajoki by plane to Helsinki and then by train to Seinäjoki, then you take a bus to arrive to Kauhajoki. And this area here where Kauhajoki is situated is called Suupohja. And this part of Finland is quite rural. There's a lot of forests and fields. Simo can copy the link to the chat so you can have a look.
Copy the link to the chat. YouTube video.
Yeah, it's about Kauhajoki, so you can have a look at it when you like. And finally here, Kauhajoki is situated about 60 kilometers from Seinäjoki. And there's another YouTube video of Kauhajoki and what it is like. And finally, Kauhajoen lukio is situated in the center of Kauhajoki. It's winter now, so we have some snow. It comes and goes these days. And next to Kauhajoen lukio, there's elementary school, junior high school, vocational school, and the Kauhajoki town hall and health center. So we are quite close to other schools.
Also, a library and the local music school, Panula Opisto, is right next to us.
Yeah, short distances.
And a good thing about small place is that everything is near. It's very easy to move around by foot or by bicycle.
That's true. And I picked 3 pictures of Kauhajoen lukio. We have 4 seasons. The first picture is springtime. And the middle picture is late summer, early autumn. And the third picture is winter with snow. And summertime we don't have school, so there's no picture of that. But it's very green when it's summer. And I have a few pictures from our school. The first picture is from the English classroom. We study quite a lot with computers. And this picture is about exams. We take all our exams with computers. And the students, first year, second year students have their own computers, which the school gives them for the period of their studies. The second picture is from our school hall in front of biology and maths classes. These students are probably studying something or having a break with the computers. And this picture is from last year when we had to wear face masks all the time. And then the third picture is from our school stairwell. And if I can see, probably there's Tuomas talking to the students.
I believe so. And I am sitting in the chemistry classroom at the moment, so you can see one of our classrooms also in my background. I just had chemistry class here, so we studied dipole-dipole bonding, for example.
Yes, and the next slide is about the size of our school. We have 132 students at the moment. And then we have 28 students who study only a few subjects and not the whole lukio. We have 10 teachers full-time and 8 teachers who work here part-time, and most of the lessons they give to junior high. So it's quite small from some perspectives, but it's ideal in our opinion. We know all our students and we can teach them, we can give them personal lessons, I think. What do you think, Simon, Thomas?
Well, we can quite easily take into consideration also the kind of students that have some kind of special needs, like, for example, problems with Finnish language. And before COVID time, we had 2 to even 6 exchange students every year. So teachers are also quite equipped on teaching even with the English language as the main teaching language, if necessary.
Yes, for example, me, I every year have several courses where I teach partly in English, and I can help in English as Thomas also and many other of our teachers. So if you are not fluent in Finnish when you arrive, it's not a bad problem.
Yeah, we can help you with English, but the main target is, of course, Finnish.
The teaching is in Finnish language mainly.
Yes. And what about Krista, when you give student counseling? Is it okay that the school is quite small?
Well, as you said, it is. I think it's a good thing. You have always time to meet the students, and if you have problem, there is always possibility to come and talk in the same day. You don't have to wait. I find it a very good thing.
Yes, I think so too. So sometimes a small size is good. Then about our studies, Finnish students take compulsory and elective courses. In lukio, they have to study all of this list, at least one compulsory course. Finnish, well, there's 6 study units that you have to take. In English, also 6. Swedish, for our Finnish-speaking native students, they have to study Swedish. It's our second national language. But from, for example, chemistry or geography, there's only one compulsory study unit. And then you can decide if you want to study more of that subject. And for our finest future students, you study Finnish as second language, suomi toisena kielenä, and it's a bit different from this Finnish that we teach to native students. Elective courses, every student can choose what they wish and what they need to study. We have several courses, for example, in chemistry. Thomas, can you tell something about that?
Yeah, for example, in chemistry, you only need to choose one to study credits. One course of the length of 2 study credits, but you can choose even up to 16 study credits, so 8 different courses. And some of those are also laboratory courses. We have 2 of those, and one special course just before the matriculation exams, just to prep you up for the exams.
And what about biology, Simo?
In biology, there's 2 courses for everybody, and then there's 3 after that, which are like national, and then there's also our own courses as in chemistry, so that you can also study like 7 courses of biology in our course, and also in biology you have special course for getting ready for the matriculation examination, and that's the same in geography and health studies also. We always help you for the matriculation examination.
And one thing that is missing from this list is the student counseling, which is also compulsory to help our students to figure out what they're good at and where they want to study afterwards. Would you like to add something, Krista?
Well, the first course is about how to study in high school. And the second is more about what to study after the high school. I think that is the main difference between those 2 courses.
Yes, because we prepare people to continue in universities and vocational institutes and so on. The main foreign language is English, of course, but there are other possibilities to study foreign languages if you're interested in them. For example, German, French, Italian, or Russian courses. If there's a certain number of students to form a group, at least 10 is needed. At the moment, our students study German and French. And then every lukio has their own special study units, which they specialize in. And some examples you can see here. Thomas and Simo, what can you tell us about lab courses?
Well, at the moment, I have 2 different groups about on chemistry lab course 1, which is a lab course of organic chemistry. So even though the age group of the first year students is only about 50, we still have 20 people of them who have chosen the lab courses in chemistry, so they are quite popular. And then there's another lab course about inorganic chemistry, which is usually taken on during the second year of studies. And it's a bit different. It's about inorganic qualitative analysis. What that has has in it, well, you can come and check.
In biology, we also have a lab course available. It has not taken place every year, but we also do lab things during the normal courses, like use microscopes and, if possible, go to the nature. We also do some practical things, not only by book or listening. And also we have several excursions and even longer trips for our students. That's one thing. And one special thing is also that you can study independently. Also in our school, I have a course where the students can take photos of plants and animals and make a collection and make like a presentation, and then they can get credits even without going to the class at all.
And then we have an example of neuropsychology, where the psychology students have a look more closely at the human brain, and they can visit the Seinäjoki hospital and have a look at how they take these pictures of our brains.
CAT scans.
Yes, and how to manipulate the brain to cure or help to cure depression, for example. It's very interesting. It needs also physics if you work there. And work practice week is very popular. Tuomas, what is it?
Well, every year, usually on the week number 16, we have this special week for different projects. We try, for example, to have the timetables of our different international projects made so that we can have the trips during that week. But during the same week, you can also apply for a job in a local working place, and then you do about, let's say, 15 to 25 hours of actual work there, seeing what kind of work is done on that specific place, bank or shop or a communal service. And then you try to interview your employees, your fellow workmates there, what kind of work they do, what kind of studies they have made, they have had to go through to get to that kind of position. So you get to learn a lot about working life in Finland in general.
Yes, and then there's applied sciences, where we try to combine several of these sciences, for example, chemistry, physics, biology, to form a course where you study yeasts, for example, or something like that. So it's an interesting week that we plan ahead. But these are only examples. It varies every year. This year we also have computer studies and how to invest money, something like that.
And also, actually, I have been in China for about half a year during my studies, and I talk a little bit Chinese language and know about China. So I offer also, and have had one time I have made a course about Chinese language and culture. So we have also something more exotic to Finland, but maybe more familiar to you.
And next, we have an example of a timetable. Every student has their own timetables. They can choose from what's on offer, and then they create the timetable. Our working days are quite long for first year students. They start at 8 o'clock and finish usually at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's a lunch break in between the lessons. For example, this person studies social sciences in the morning, history, Swedish, health studies, and then visual arts.
And the lunch on the lunch break is provided by the community, so it's free to you. We just walk to the neighboring building to have the lunch and return back to our own school.
Yes, and it's a warm lunch every day.
It's very good quality. I like it very much.
Today we had rice and chicken, for example. Our students graduate in 3 or 4 years, and after 3 years, we have a matriculation exams in the spring, and then in June, early June, we have this graduation festivities where you get to wear this white cap to show that you have graduated from lukio. The diploma gives you the possibility to apply to a university or a university of applied sciences. And then you study bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, or even doctoral degrees. And if you are interested in coming to Finland or Kauhajoki, there are some flats available in Kauhajoki. The rent varies a bit by the units that you can rent. It's about 10 euros per square meter. So apartments are from 30 to 50 square meters. So the rent should be about 300 to 500 a month. But you can share the apartment with a fellow student and halve the rent. I have 2 links here to have a look at these flats. And then about the student welfare. At school, we have a social worker, a guidance counselor, and school nurse who work with me and the students to promote student welfare. So we handle all kinds of issues and try to get to the students to know each other. And if you fall ill, the health center is near Kauhajoen lukio. It's a stone's throw away. You walk there in 5 minutes or so. And then there was a question about working during studies. Our students, Finnish students, have summer jobs in local firms or gardens, and some of them have part-time work outside school lessons in the evenings or during weekends. For example, in shops, cafes, kiosks, gardens, greenhouses, or childcare. And in summertime, late summer, you can go berry picking and sell the berries that you gather. And that's how you can earn some money. And in everyday problems, we have the coordinator, which we share with the Vuoksi Vocational Institute. You can always ask the teachers or me, and there are fellow students who can help you in all these problems. And if you want to ask something, you can ask now or send email to us at lukio@kauhajoki.fi.
There was one person joining this very late, so we have recorded this also. So maybe Virpi, can you tell, is it possible to see in afterwards this presentation?
Yes, it is. We will record this presentation is recorded, and then we will send it to the Finest Future, and you can have a look at it then. Maybe we can show you the video about Kauhajoki. I hope it works. I'll have to find it first. Yeah.
While we are waiting, I believe Simo copied the links to the housing possibilities also into the chat.
Yes.
Yes. I'm going to show a little part. Sanokaa sitten, jos tämä ei näykään.
And the idea is, what is a good town made of?
I think there's no sound.
There are lakes, swimming places. This is to show you how green it is in Finland and in Kauhajoki. Music is a big thing in Kauhajoki.
Many different sports possibilities.
Different sport.
Yep. This is winter sports.
This is winter sports.
And this is from Kauhajoki Center.
This is from Kauhajoki Center.
There you go.
There was also a small clip from a basketball match, and if you want to see some good quality sports, then basketball is a thing to watch in Kauhajoki, since we have one of the Europe's best basketball teams. They have now played 9 European League matches and won 8 of them. They are leading the Finnish championships at the moment quite clearly. We have, during the last years, Finnish National League has been able to be played full 4 times, and they have won 3 times, been second once.
What about winter sports, Simo?
There's very good possibilities for winter sports in Kauhajoki. There's downhill skiing place. It's a small, but anyway, very nice for beginners. And there's also cross-country skiing tracks, a lot of them in the center area and also in the surrounding national parks. The nature is also very nice in this area because we are a rural area and a lot of nature. Also skating is possible, so a lot of winter sports possibilities. If you like to start new sports, it's very good possibility.
Yeah, one of the skating rinks is quite next to our school. And in summertime or spring and even autumn, you can go biking and hiking in the forests.
There's actually even 2 national parks in Kauhajoki, and they are part of a global geopark network. So that's very good to know that we have very special natural things to see and experience in our area. The question in chat. There's a question that can we accept the students in in the summer. I think we don't have school in the summer, but can you maybe respond?
Well, our Finnish students are accepted in early June. In July, schools are closed, so probably not in July. But then early August, we will begin again. So maybe. Yeah.
The actual school year starts about August the 10th and ends in the end of May or very early June.
We have like
Yes.
2 weeks summer holiday, 2 months summer holiday.
Yeah, and then we have autumn holiday for 1 week, winter holiday for 1 week, and then around Christmas we have 2 weeks of holidays. So there's a lot of possibilities to maybe travel or go outside anyway. Finland is a relatively safe place to live. We don't have earthquakes or very, very strong storms or anything like that. No hurricanes here. But it might be cold in the winter. At the moment, -3 Celsius, so not very much anyway. Do you have other questions? If you're interested in coming to Finland, then the Finest Future will teach you the basics of Finnish, and then you can come and start to study in Finnish. But as we told earlier, we can help you with English, as we all speak English here in Kauhajoen or Finland anyway. So English is not a problem, but Finnish is the main language that we use to teach people. Suomeksihan täällä sitten opiskellaan.
I believe we have a question slowly coming here in the chat. Someone's writing at the moment.
How many students? We can't tell you how many, but how many Finest Future students we take, but we can take up to 90 Finnish students. That's the quota here. And then you apply to whichever school you want, but Finest Future can't tell you how many students each lukio will take. That's something about the rules of these things. Finest Future can't know, and we can't tell. But most often we offer this to several students. But 90 is our quota in Finnish students, so that's the most that we can take in 1 year. That's not possible at the moment because the number of young people here in this area is dwindling, so 90 is a very good result, let's say like that. But there are many small lukio or high schools, upper secondary schools or senior high schools in this area, so that's how it goes. But the most important thing is Finnish, and Finest Future students should learn Finnish so well that they can follow the Finnish lessons or the lessons in Finnish language. Suomeksi pitää opiskella sitten, kun tänne tulee. Other questions? This year we got about 50 new students. We divided them into groups, and then they got to know each other in Muurinmurtajaiset, which is a special day for first year students where they learn to know each other and learn to know their home teacher. And that is what we're going to do with foreign students. Also, we're going to help you to get to know Finnish students. So you don't have to be all alone or just with foreign students. You will be part of Kauhajoen lukio student body. And Tuomas is the head teacher of students, so he will be with you then. Any other questions?
No more questions is visible.
Yeah. Would you like to add something, Simo, Tuomas, or Krista, to what we have discussed so far?
Well, it popped into my mind that, in fact, in our history, we have two students who have come to our school as an exchange student, but have taken the Finnish matriculation exams in Finnish. The other one was from Netherlands, and she had a Finnish-speaking mother, so she had some background from her home. But the other one was a boy from Venezuela. He studied with us as an exchange student for 1 year. Then he came back for another year to study with us as a normal student, and after that took the Finnish matriculation exams. So we have more or less, let's say, experience about teaching people who don't have Finnish as their mother tongue, even up to the point where they can take the Finnish matriculation exams.
That's true.
And I believe that's rather rare in Finnish schools.
So we have a long tradition in international students in our school. And at the moment it's quite active also because of the European Erasmus program, which we have been accredited, and our students can go to other European countries. So also if you decide to come to our school and stay 3 years, maybe you could join later some of our excursions by the Erasmus funds. But we are not sure about that yet, but at least it might be possible, and you will see exchange students groups and individuals from different countries.
Yes, and when they come here to visit, then everybody can join in the programs. So that's the main point here. When, for example, our Dutch group came here in December, we had an excursion, and it was a very snowy day in Lauhavuori National Park when they went hiking. Quite an experience.
And the scope of this Erasmus exchange in our school is such that we have about 130 students, and we are taking more than 30 students abroad with our Erasmus programs for free this year.
That's true. And then we take some excursions in Finland. For example, our first year students are visiting or have been visiting Alajärvi this morning. They went there to have a look at a museum. So finest future students can also join in these excursions and have a look at the neighboring areas. And we take people out hiking. Well, with Simo, you can talk about the vaelluskurssi.
Yes, we have also a special course. I think every year it has been taking place. We go to national parks or few national parks, even stay in the tent all night and learn how to survive in nature and walk and see the beautiful nature. One person again joined us, and we can tell that you will also be possible to see this presentation while finest future, because we are almost in the end. But there's one question also. Virpi is going to reply this question.
Yes, about the rent. It's about 400 euros a month, and the students can share apartments. So it's then about 200
euros
Yeah.
per month.
Can students do laundry inside apartments, or they have to use service outside? If there's a washing machine, they can wash the clothes inside. Not sure about that, but at our school, at least we have several washing machines, so we can help at the beginning. How can we get to your school by public transportation? And they can't, because there is no public transportation in Kauhajoen. You walk or you try to find a bike, but the apartments and the school are quite near each other, so it's about a kilometer
Or less,
so.
less than a kilometer. So it's very,
Yes.
very easy. You don't actually need transportation.
Mm.
It's like a not next house, but just behind the next house.
How many Vietnamese students do you have at the moment? We don't have any, and
No.
we don't have any finest future students at the moment. This is our first year, so we are joining this program.
But we have one Mexican student at the moment, and I think in the basic school there's some Vietnamese students. There's some Vietnamese people living in Kauhajoki and working in Kauhajoki.
That's true. So
we have
we
Vietnamese,
can introduce
but not,
to them.
yeah, but not in our school, but in our town there's Vietnamese people living.
Yeah, and the children are, I think, in elementary or junior high school at the moment.
Yes.
Entertainment facilities in town. Well, there's the cinema, and there's the sports center where you can go swimming, or you can go to the gym, and there are some gym groups. And well, then there are hobbies for free, for example, walking in the forests or go cycling around town, and then different sports groups.
And of course
But you
there's
can
some restaurants also, but not very many restaurants.
That's true. And then if you are interested in some kind of additional lessons, there's this kansalaisopisto, which gives all kinds of lessons, how to make silver jewelry, how to prepare meals, or how to restore old furniture pieces and so on. All kinds of things. How many students will you get this year? Well, we can't answer the questions how many finest future students we will get, but our quota for everybody is 90. And what are criteria to select students? The main criteria for finest future students is Finnish language, because you're going to study in Finnish. Suomen kieli on tärkeä. And then, of course, your diplomas, I think, what you have studied in your own countries. Part-time job opportunities. Well, that was in the presentation. Our students have all kinds of odd jobs. Do any of your children, Thomas and Simo, have part-time jobs?
Not in the summer, my older daughter went to daycare center to work for a short time, but not very much.
My daughter works as a part-time coach in the local track and field sports team, as well as I do. I do it pro bono, but she gets paid.
And then our students can work for these cafes or shops, stocking things in shelves, or some even at the cash registers. And then there's this big, I don't know what it's called, Kauhajoen. It's a place where you can buy all kinds of
Technical
things for
equipments.
Yes, and there our students sometimes go and pack these boxes.
Last Friday, when I went for pizza, then in the local pizzeria, they had 5 people working there, and 4 of them were my students.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of the possibilities to earn some money. But there are several possibilities. And Lukio students, I think, find these little jobs quite easy. And even babysitting or helping with young children when their parents are working. That's also a possibility. And in summertime, if you stay in Finland for the summer, there are lots of possibilities to work. And we have these farms and these strawberry farms where you can go and pick strawberries, for example.
Another question coming up.
Yes. Do you help the students having problems with Finnish if they're left behind? Of course we do. We have these additional lessons that we give to our students with special needs or with problems. For example, if they have been ill for a week or two, we help them to get up to date. And some students have special needs that we have to solve here, but it's easier in smaller lukios than the big ones. Krista, can you tell something about this help that we give?
Well, there is actually quite a lot of people to help and support in any kind of areas of life. If you have problems, each student counselor is probably the first to come and meet, and student counselor is like always here. So you can just come and walk in and talk what kind of problem do you have. And student counselor usually have quite good connections to those people who work in this area in different kind of positions. So if there is any kind of problem in any kind of area, I'm sure there will be quite easy way to find help.
Yes. And there's 90 students include all of our students, the Finnish ones and the foreign students. Yes, we can't take too many, and it's not even possible. And this year, about 50 started here. Finnish students. We had an Italian exchange student and the Mexican exchange student here as well. So meeting foreign students is not a problem for Finnish students, but Finnish people are a bit shy, or they appear to be shy or quiet, but when you get to know them, they are good friends to you. We are not like some of the, well, for example, Mexican people who are very lively. In Finland, it's colder, so we are more restrained, but everybody here understands English and Finnish, of course. There's another question coming.
And that naturally there are also exceptions to the rule. I'd say the Mexican exchange student that we have with us at the moment is more shy than an average Finn.
That's true. So everybody is welcome.
And some of our students are not shy at all.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Finland, for example, is a country of about 5 million people, the whole country. And Kauhajoki is about 13,000. So not too big, but not the tiniest one. Is there any mall or something like that? There are shops. They're not quite shopping malls, but something like that anyway. That's the question that we can't answer. We have, let me see, I will find you the answer. Finance Futures partner schools have allocated enough slots for Finance Futures international students. We cannot disclose further information regarding the quota as it may affect students' selection. So there's a rule, because if we divulge this information, it may affect your choices of schools. And you have to be very objective and choose the school that you want and not the school that you think you can get into or that your friend gets into. It's the same here in Finland. The students who turn 15 or 16 have to apply to second degree education, vocational or lukio. And we always tell them that choose what you think is best and not what your friend think it's best. So I'm sorry, I can't tell you how many. I don't even know how many we will get at the end, but we will be wiser in summertime.
But I think, well, anyway, we want to get not only like 2, but several, so that there's many Finnish school students starting. If you come, you won't be alone. I think that's we can do. We can say, or am I correct, Virpi?
You won't be alone because there will be Finnish students as well, but I don't know how many
Yeah.
Finnish future students
Okay.
there will be.
And exchange students and the
Yeah,
visitors
also
from the
this
Erasmus.
other exchange students anyway.
Yeah. You're welcome. I think I'll share a map at the moment. Can you see this, Thomas?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes.
So Lukio is quite near this Valkoinen Puu cafe and shop. And there's a hotel as well. There's a cafe over here. And the swimming pool and gym is called Virkku. And then this is one of the big shops, as well as the one here near the gas station. There's also Lidl. And the basketball center is here, the arena. And the distances are not very big. I think from here to here is about 2 kilometers.
Maximum.
Less with one. It's 200 meters in the scale right now.
Okay.
And the Virkku, it has more than swimming pool and gym. There are a lot of possibilities. There's even a golf simulator there. You can do badminton, you can do tennis, wrestling, karate, judo, taekwondo, air gun shooting. You can throw javelin, discus, and hammer, and do Finnish baseball in the same building.
Did you
And
mean,
don't forget
And
the
there's
yeah.
also a bowling alley.
bowling? Yeah.
Yes.
So that's only one place.
Yes.
So activities, we have plenty of them.
Yes, and we have fresh air. That's what we have in Finland. It's a big country with only 5 million people, so there's a lot of fresh air and trees.
I could take you jogging because that's what I, in fact, coach in the local track and field sports team, long distance running. So take your sneakers with you.
Yeah.
There's one more question. In which field does our school focus? So I think we can say we are quite general school, but as we told earlier, we have some special studies in natural sciences, but also we have good teaching in human sciences and languages. So we could say we are not very much focused in one field, but we are strong in several fields.
That's right. National sciences and then international affairs. That's what we are interested in. But if you are interested in sports, there's a possibility to do a lot of sports. We have a liikuntalinja, which means that in addition to our sports courses, there are 2 additional possibilities to train in the mornings on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
4 lessons extra exercise every week. In addition to normal physical education studies.
And if you want to do more music, it's very easy also because, as we told, the music school is just next to our school. You can play some instrument and so on.
Or join a choir to sing. Maybe. Our time is almost up. So we thank you everyone, and this meeting has been recorded so you can have a look at it afterwards. So thank you very much, and we'll see what the autumn brings.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See
Next
you.
autumn.
See you. Bye.